26 years ago, Rabbi Shmuley and Debbie Boteach were sent to Oxford by the Lubavitcher Rebbe to found the Oxford University L'Chaim Society, to serve as a bastion of values-based leadership, an incubator of social conscience and ideas, a promoter of the wisdom of values of the Jewish faith, and a proud defender of the State of Israel. L'Chaim Society develops student leaders who've gone on to great positions of leadership and friendship towards Israel, including Israel's current ambassador to the U.S., Ron Dermer, and Senator Cory Booker, who served as its student presidents. L'Chaim started world-famous science and religion debates, which quickly spread throughout the world and also started the Great Debates on Israel, hosting 6 Israeli prime ministers and proving that the Jewish state could win arguments in the marketplace of ideas. And now, with the creation of the World Values Network, his plan was to bring those methods to a global audience in a global media. The organization has now emerged as America's foremost defender of Israel in the national media, creating headlines on TV and online media.
The American people support Israel not because they're aligned with any party. They support Israel because of American values. Israel is the only Western-style liberal democracy promoting American values in the Middle East. The rights of women, the rights of gays, the rights of all people to protest their government without fear. You don't see that in Syria, Lebanon, Egypt, Jordan, especially Iran. That's why the American people support Israel.
We launched global award-winning advertising campaigns that have become famous throughout the world for its defense of Israel and its continuous effort to fight Israel's enemies instead of always having a Jewish state in the defendant stock. During Israel's hard-fought war in Gaza last summer, we highlighted to the American public through effective media campaigns the dangers of Hamas and its genocidal intent against Jews worldwide. Our mission to Israel supported Israel's wounded warriors, and it was from there that we launched our campaign exposing the truth of arch-Israel critic and hater William Shabbos, who was chosen to lead the UN Gaza Commission investigating Israel's so-called war crimes in the Gaza war. Shabbos subsequently resigned and cited the World Values Campaign as one of the factors that made his continuation untenable. We launched effective global media campaigns on Israel's behalf that took the fight to Israel's haters, causing numerous critics and those who falsely accuse Israel of genocide to publicly apologize after our media pressure. Like with Rabbi Shmuley's national debates on CNN with Jeremy Ben-Ami, the founder of J Street, in which he forced him to apologize for maligning Israel's prime minister and ambassador.
I know it's painful to be caught red-handed with a misrepresentation, but a gentleman would say, I'm sorry.
So I am sorry if I did misstate that.
What matters is what we do right now to address the single greatest national security threat facing both the nation of Israel and the United States. What we do right now to ensure that in no circumstances will the nation of Iran be allowed to acquire nuclear weapons capability.
We're talking about Iran threatening the Jews 70 years after the Holocaust with annihilation. Not once, but like every Monday and Thursday. We're talking about Ayatollah Khamenei tweeting that there's no cure for these Jews except for another annihilation.
With the growing assault on campus through the BDS movement, the World Values Network has proven uniquely successful in putting BDS campus agitators on the defensive, infiltrating their events with pro-Israel demonstrations.
How do we motivate the students to give a damn that the Jewish state is having its name destroyed in places of higher learning throughout the United States of America?
On campus, we pioneered aggressive tactics, infiltrated BDS events with silent protest, organizing massive demonstrations against BDS speakers that have turned the tide of students' perception on campus into Israel as victor rather than victim. And more than anything else, bringing the world's greatest leaders and most respected personalities to speak on Israel's behalf and speak in its defense, including Nobel Peace Laureate Elie Wiesel and American Ambassador to the UN Samantha Power, who were brought in response to Mahmoud Abbas publicly accusing Israel of genocide.
If you look at those terrorists that, conduct those terrorist activities in Europe, in Israel, maybe the terrorists hold the gun or hold the knife, but the ones behind whose hands are as bloody as the one holding the knife,
that anti-Semitism is not just a Jewish issue, it is a human rights issue. A world where the human rights of Jews are at risk is a world where all of our rights are at risk.
Our organization is unique in having global reach and bringing the light of the Jewish people to all nations, as when Rabbi Shmuley was invited on a platform with the Dalai Lama to discuss the legacy of Martin Luther King, and when he was invited to address 100,000 people in South Korea about the Jewish state and about the global light of the Jewish people.
We are gathered here today to promote peace and universal brotherhood. And my friends, it could not be more urgent.
One of the most successful things we have done is launching this special evening that has become renowned throughout the world, celebrating the champions of Jewish values and heroes of Israeli defense. Tonight, we welcome some of the most distinguished personalities in the world who have risen to the challenge of Israel's defense and have honored the memories of our people.